Okay, so sometimes when you hit the sweep, you're there. When I pull, okay, Glenn's arm under my body and I'm on my side, his reaction or his counter is to body lock me and flatten me out. Let's take a look at that. Let's just say he's making ribcage control. Let's just keep it as the same setup. I'm going to swim inside. I pull with my knees to get his hands on the mat. Okay, once I have his hands on the mat, I'm going to open my legs. And then I build the base to my elbow. Notice why to get on my elbow, I'm moving my body away to come up. That's the first thing I'm looking for. I start to put the overhook on. I'm pulling this behind my body. Glenn's counter is to, I pulled his hands or he's going to body lock me. I can't sweep him if I am flat on my back. He can now just use his weight to push me back down again. That makes sense. Let's take a look at that again. Again, a very common counter against the hip bump sweep or the Kimura sweep. So we're here, you bring him down. I'm already opening, turning onto my elbow, I'm coming up, I'm making that overhook, we're doing everything right, I'm pulling it in, I get up to my hand, I'm about to hip bump him, he body locks me and puts me down. Let's go back to this position. Let's just say I'm here and I've pulled his hand underneath. Alright, once I start to come up and I feel him driving into me, my hand is coming back to the wrist. And before my back hits the mat, I'm already escaping my hip and starting to put Kimura pressure on him. Okay, so it's the turn of the hip. And when I bring my hand back, I haven't got his hand in the right position. I'm more on my ribs. But the second I hip escape, my hand finds his hand. And I've got the angle then to start pushing his arm behind his back. It's the change of angle which is going to give you the Kimura from the failed Kimura sweep. Let's take a look at that again. We'll stay at this angle. So you bring him down. We're here. I open my legs. I start to overhook. I'm building a base to my elbow. I come up, starting to do everything right. And now he body locks me. The minute he body locks me, you have a split second. I know he's going to flatten me out. So my hand's coming in towards my ribs. And as he pushes, watch, I'm just moving my hip. That's all I'm doing here. Notice how I still have that overhook on. And then I'll make my Kimura trap. And by sheer luck, we're just in the exact same position to finish the Kimura. Let's just scoop this out, bro. Let's stay at this angle. So, I'm going to bring him down. I'm coming up, we're here, I'm about to hit it, he body locks. The minute he body locks, my hand just comes in. Now as he flattens me out, I'm moving my hip. Recross at his far hip, lock the Kimura trap, pull it into my armpit, and then I start putting tension on it. So that's a failed Kimura sweep, or hip bump sweep to the Kimura. Another thing we can do is, when we go for the Kimura, a reaction from him is to grab his pants. Let's take a look at that. So say he's made the grip on the belt, we'll do the same setup. I find the elbow, I pull out to flare, get head control, and then I get my foot in his hip. Okay? We then start to escape our hip, we're coming up, and we have the Kimura trap. Once I lock it on, I'm going to escape my hip from my right hip to my left hip. But I've noticed now Glenn has physically grabbed his pants. Okay? And now it'd be very, very difficult for me to break that grip. I want to get his arm behind his back. But if he's made that grip, I'm not going to break it. He's no base, okay, over his left shoulder. So if I've noticed that he's made that grip, I'm coming up to my elbow, and then we just hit the same sweep again. Let's take a look at that again. So we're going to bounce them between the Kimura sweep and the Kimura submission and chain them together with a few other things, which we'll do next time. So he's made that grip on the belt. I know I can't get my hands inside to break his posture, as in the Kimura position, or the Kimura sweep, or the Kimura sub. So we just pull to get tension on the arm, find the elbows, flare and keep pulling, get head control, and then I just basically put my foot on his hip. There's the open elbow. Once I start locking in the Kimura, I've noticed he's immediately grabbed his pants. Okay, so we're just back into or sweep again. Again, I let go, build the base to my elbow, let my leg drop down, build the base to my hand. He still has his pants at this stage. And then we just basically hit him with it, and we're in the top position. So that is Malachy Friedman calls that the K&K.